friends. So we are discussing the laser problems from previous years NET, GATE and JES papers. So we are continuing our laser problem series. So the questions is from NET June 2019. The question is the cavity of a helium-neon laser emitting at 632.8 nanometer consists of two mirrors separated by a distance of 35 centimeter. If the oscillations in the laser cavity occur at frequency within the gain bandwidth of 1.3 GHz, the number of longitudinal modes allowed in the cavity. So what you have to understand, you first have to note down the data you are given, that is lambda. Lambda is given as 632.8 nanometer and the mirror separation L is given as 35 centimeter and the gain bandwidth, that is 1.3 GHz, that is delta nu. So the laser modes, the number of modes that are possible, the formula is N equals to delta nu divided by C by twice L. Okay, you have to remember this formula. If you want to understand the physics, that what is the question that they are asking you, that is the laser gain, suppose this is the laser gain curve. Okay, so the number of modes, these are the different allowed longitudinal modes. So that modes are allowed which have the, suppose this is a loss line, so which has the loss line greater than, if the loss line is greater than the gain line, then the modes will not be present like this. These are all, the gain of this curve is not greater than the loss, so it is loss line. So these three modes can be capable for the laser. So you have this bandwidth, that is delta nu has been given, and we all know that the separation between the two modes, that is C by twice NN. Okay, so now they ask you if the gain bandwidth is this much, that is 1.3 GHz, and the separation between the mirrors is 35. So how many modes are possible for allowed in this cavity? So what are the number of modes? So you have to, this is N here, N is the refractive index, suppose this is 1 because there is no data for the refractive index of the material, so we can take it as 1. So we get number of modes is the spacing between the two modes divided by C by twice, bandwidth of the gain curve divided by the spacing between the two modes, that is C by 2N, that is the total number of modes. So that will be delta nu, we have given that 1.3 GHz, that is 1.3 into 10 to the power 9 Hz, divided by C by twice N, that is C 3 into 10 to the power 8, divided by twice 2 into 35 centimeter, that means 35 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. So you calculate it, the N will be 3.03. Now 3.03 is 3 modes, because 03 is not, you have to take the numbers. So 3 is the number of the allowed modes. Okay. So next question, if the coefficient of stimulated emission for a particular transition is 2.1 into 10 to the power 19 meter cube inverse second to the power minus 3. So lambda emitted is, the wavelength emitted is 3000 angstrom. The lifetime of the excited state is how much? That is, you have given that the coefficients are given, that is coefficient for the stimulated emission is given. So we all know that from Einstein A and B coefficient, if you write in terms of the angular frequency, it will be A21 by B21 H cross omega cube N naught cube by pi square C cube. Now there is no information of the refractive index, so we will take it as 1. So H cross omega cube by pi square C cube, or if you want to write in terms of frequency, you should write it like 8 by H mu cube by C cube. Okay, so this relation you have to remember, that either in terms of nu or in terms of omega, angular frequency. Now T, the lifetime, you have asked the question, the lifetime of the excited state. So lifetime of the excited state T is 1 by A21, that is 1 by Einstein A coefficient. How do you get this? Suppose these are the two states, it has the population in 2, it has the population in 1. So there is a spontaneous emission, that is del N2 by del T. this should be proportional to n2, that is there will be a coefficient that is a21, and since the number is decreasing, so there will be a negative sign. So you write the equation for the spontaneous decay, the rate of the spontaneous decay, that is rate of the atoms from n2 to decaying atoms n2 to number of atoms n2 to n1, dn2 by dt will be a21 minus a21 into n2. So you simply calculate it, solve it, n2t will be equals to n20 to the power minus a21 by t, a21 into t. Now if you put that, if the decay rate, that is the initial number is n2 naught, and if the decaying of 1 by exponential of n2 naught, that is the final n2 t, you in place of n2 t you take that 1 by e amount of n2 naught, that is if initially it was n2 naught, after certain time it decayed and the number becomes 1 by e into n2 naught. So this will be that E inverse. After solving this, we can easily write out that E inverse should be e to the power minus a21 into t. So you get a direct relationship between the a coefficient and the lifetime, that is t equals to 1 by a21. So you have given b21 is given, and you have to find out the a21 first, and from a21 you can find out t, or you can t, that is the lifetime, or can you directly write that t equals to 1 by a21 equals to c cube divided by 8 by h mu cube into b21. So you calculate this and you get the answer. So the answer I have not calculated, but please calculate it. You take the options are 20 for 20 nanosecond, 40 nanosecond, 80 nanosecond and 100 nanosecond. The answer will be 100 nanosecond, 80 nanosecond. So please calculate it. Okay. Now the next question, that let me erase it out first. The question is that a two-level system in thermal environment can decay from excited state by both spontaneous and thermal stimulated emission. That is, you have two-level system. So the spontaneous emission is also allowed and the stimulated emission is also allowed at room temperature, that is at 300 Kelvin, that is T equals to 300 Kelvin, the frequency below which thermal emission dominates over spontaneous emission. So here they ask you that if suppose the rate of stimulate emission I denote it that RST, and rate of spontaneous emission I denote it by RSP. So they ask you that at what frequency the thermal emission, that is stimulated emission, dominates over spontaneous emission, that is stimulated emission greater than the spontaneous emission rate. This is the question, and mu has been given as the four option: 10 to the power 13 Hz, 10 to the power 8 Hz, 10 to the power 5 Hz and 10 to the power 11 Hz. So you have to understand that what they are trying to say, that if you somehow get RT by RSP, it should be greater than 1. Okay. So the spontaneous emission rate should be greater than stimulated emission rate should be greater than spontaneous emission rate, or you can write it like the spontaneous rate by stimulated rate should be less than 1, or you can write it. So if you find out that the spontaneous rate is less than the stimulated rate, then that for a certain frequency, which may be this or this or this or this, you have to calculate it. So you have the formula that the rate equation, that is spontaneous stimulated by spontaneous equals to B21 rho nu N2 by A21 N2. Okay, or you write it like a reverse way, that is A21 by B21 rho nu equals to spontaneous emission by stimulated emission. So this formula, that is B21 by A21 into rho nu equals to 1 by exponential e to the power h nu by kt minus 1. So you have to understand, you have to remember this formula, the stimulated emission rate divided by spontaneous emission rate equals to 1 by exponential of h nu by kT minus 1. So you find out the ratio of the two emissions, and if you don't write it like 1 by exponential h nu by kT minus 1, you write it like this way, that A21 by B21 into rho nu equals to e to the power h nu by kT minus 1. So you put the value for nu for the different options, that is put the value of nu for, as 10 to the power 13 Hz, 10 to the power 8 Hz, 10 to the power 5 Hz, 10 to the power 11 Hz, and you have to check out that this is the rate for the spontaneous emission divided by stimulated emission, and this should be less than 1. So when they should be less than 1, so I have written it that when they should be less than 1, then only the spontaneous emission will be less than the, this is, let me first see it, this is the spontaneous, this is the stimulated. So if this is less than 1, then spontaneous should be less than stimulated. So stimulated will be greater. So there will be the dominance of the stimulated emission of the spontaneous emission. So you have to check for which nu this ratio, this value is very less than 1. So for when you find out, put the value, you see that for nu equals to 10 to the power 11 Hz, the value will be, that is spontaneous by stimulated rate will be 0.03. So it is less than 1. So spontaneous will not be dominating, stimulated will be dominating. So you have to remember here three things, that if you are taking the ratio between the stimulated and spontaneous emission, the formula is 1 by exponential h nu by kT minus 1. So it can be less than 1, it can be equal to 1, or it can be greater than 1. So if this rate is less than 1, then here the stimulated emission will be greater than spontaneous emission. If this equals to 1, that is means thermal equilibrium, that is stimulated emission equals to spontaneous emission, and if R1 is greater than 1, then stimulated emission will be greater than the spontaneous emission. So the questions that will tell you that which one will dominate over which one. So you have to calculate, or you have to find out the frequencies. So these are the questions that are previous year questions, and also there are some questions from the Boltzmann law also, that is N2 equals to N1 into e to the power minus delta E by kT. So you may have to find out the numbers of the excited state, and you are given the number of the lower states, and you are given the energy differences between the two states. So I have thoroughly discussed all the laser questions which came in the previous years. Hopefully this video will be helpful for you. If you find it helpful, please share with your friends, and if you like our channel, please subscribe to the channel. And also we have some another Telegram channel. If you have any query, you can post there. Also you can put your valuable comment to the comment section. Thank you.